Good morning to you. I'd like to bring you a word today which is about faithfulness. And we want to read from Matthew 25 and verse 14, which is the parable of the talent. For it is just like a man about to go on a journey who called his own slaves and entrusted his possessions to them. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, each according to his own ability, and he went on his journey. Immediately the one who had received the 5 talents went and traded with them and gained 5 more talents. In the same manner the one who had received the 2 talents gained 2 more. But he who received the 1 talent went away, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. Now after a long time the master of those slaves came and settled accounts with them. The one who had received the 5 talents came and brought 5 more talents, saying, Master, you have entrusted 5 talents to me. See, I have gained 5 more talents. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful with a few things. I'll put you in charge of many things. Enter into the joy of your master. Also the one who had received 2 talents came up and said, Master, you entrusted 2 talents to me. See, I have gained 2 more talents. His master said, Well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Enter into the joy of your master. And the one who had received the 1 talent came up and said, Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, gathering where you scattered no seed. I was afraid. I went away and hid your talent in the ground. See, I have what is yours. But his master answered him, You wicked, lazy servant, you knew that I reap where I do not sow, gather where I scattered no seed. Then you ought to have put my money in the bank, and on my arrival I would receive money back with interest. Therefore take away the talent from him, give it to the one who has 10 talents. For to everyone who has, more shall be given, but he will have an abundance. But from the one who does not have, even what he does not have shall be taken away. Throw out the worthless slave into the outer darkness. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. I spent a couple of minutes reading that. The reason is, it is this sentence that we all long to hear when we see Jesus face to face. Well done, good and faithful servant. You know, we often talk about the faithfulness of God. And what does that mean? Well, the faithfulness, we could talk about faithful, but it really means loyalty. We talk about the loyalty of God towards us. We talk about how faithful God is, faithful to answer our prayer when we call, faithful to be with us, faithful to do all of those things. But God's faithfulness was displayed through his son Jesus, that Jesus came and he died on a cross for our sin, rose from death to life, ascended to the right hand of our Father in heaven, because he is faithful. Faithful to our Father in heaven, and he's faithful to us. Now we are to display that same level of faithfulness. Jesus said, basically, you've been given a little, just be faithful with what you have been given. Be loyal with what you have given. Be loyal to God. Loyalty is one of the things that God looks for us in most. Not wandering off to the world, not wandering off after false idols, not wandering off and chasing the material things of life, but loyalty to God, spending time with him. Are we there when he calls on us? We expect God to be there when we choose to spend time in prayer, when we choose to call on his name. But are we there for him when he calls our name? When he says, Darren, I need you to do this thing for me. Are we loyal? Are we faithful? Are we available for his call? You know, in Galatians 5 and verse 22, Paul talks about the fruit of the Spirit. And we get used to the ones at the start of the list. Love, patience, and all of this. But actually what Paul says in Galatians 5:22, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. Faithfulness. Loyalty to God no matter what. Loyalty means sticking with God, persevering with God, standing by him all of the time through difficult circumstances, not blaming him when things go wrong in our lives, but believing, hoping, praying, and trusting in him. Faithfulness, a fruit of the Spirit. God bless you today. I hope that you have a day. Dwell on your faithfulness, your loyalty to God. Are you available when he calls? He has given you small things. He might not have given you massive things, but he says, just use what you've got. Use what I've given you. Be faithful in a little, and I will give you a lot. God bless you. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.